our formula can be used now. That is an is given by a. That is an is given by a1 plus n minus 1 in brackets times common difference. Our last number is 125. Here is 125 will be equal to the first term is 1. We don't have number of terms. We are after any. How many terms are there? So our common difference is 2. Our common difference is 2. Therefore, this one will be now 124. If you take away 1, will be equal to open the brackets 2n minus 2. Take this one aside, will be 126 will be equal to 2n. Dividing by 2 both sides is where now you get that is n will be equal to 63. So in that case, you can make a conclusion that is our number of terms. There are how many terms now? There are that is 63, that is terms. There are 63, that is terms. That is will be now the number of terms. Another question you may be requested, let's say, how many terms which are divisible, let's say by 7 or by 7 or by 5, whatever. Example, let's say, how many terms which are divisible by 3 between, let's say, between 10 and what? And let's say 200. How many terms which are divisible by 3 between 10 and 200? The idea of sequence in the series may be used, may enable you to get the how many terms which are divisible by 3 between 10 and 200. Now what I've done this one, first we have to look for the first digit, the first number. Terms divisible by 3 between 10 and what? And 200. The first one, you can say that is 12 is divisible by 3. That will be the first one. The second one will be 15. The third one will be 18. Now, what's going to be the last one? The last one will be now 198. That's now going to be the last one. Now, how many are they now? Come now, beautiful. The same question on this one now. Now, in that case, our data given will be A1 is 12. Our common difference, you take now 15 minus 12, become 23. Our last digit is 198. How many are they? What will be the number of terms? In that case, that is an is given by a1 plus n minus 1 times our common difference, whereby our last term is 198, the first one is 12, we don't have n, our common difference will be 3. Taking 198, take away 12, becomes now 186. Will be equal to, this is 3n minus 3. This now will be equal to 18, 9 will be equal to 3n. Dividing by 3 both sides is here now, we are going to get now, that is n will bring us to be, that is 63. Therefore, there are how many? There are 63 terms which are divisible by 3 between 10 and that is 200. There are how many? There are 63 terms which are divisible by 3 between 10 and 100. I mean 200. That is between 10 and the 2, that is 100. Sequence series also can be used also for the case of arrangement of chairs, tables, and so many in different assembles, whatever. For example, given a questions. For example, when you've been given a question that is chairs are arranged, let's say, given a questions that is chairs are arranged. Example, another example, that is chairs are arranged in assembly or in a hall, assembly hall, in such a way that the first row has, let's say, seven chairs, but in each of the proceeding row, 5 more chairs are added. Find the number of chairs in the 20th row. Find how many chairs is going to be arranged in the 20th row. So that is, you have gotten a row of chairs in a hall, assembly hall. So you have now to do the number of chairs which is going to be found in the 20th row. How many chairs are going to be arranged there? So what you do on this one, put what you've been given. Put now what you've been given. You've been given the first row. I've got how many chairs? The first row I've got now that it is 7 chairs. But how many chairs are added in each row? So the number of chairs which are added, that is the common difference. Our D is 5. And you want now to find the number of chairs in the 20th row, that is our N. Our N is 20. Our formula is that is AN is given by A1 plus N minus 1 times common difference. Therefore our N is 20, A20, A1 is 7 plus C20 minus 1 times common difference is 5. This is A of 20. This is 7. This is 19 times 5. This is 7. This plus 95. Here it becomes now 102. Therefore, there are 102 chairs. There will be 102 chairs in the 20th row. Will be now that is 102 in the 20th row. Kwa tuna maswali mengi yanayohusiana na vitu kama hivi hapo, kwamba kupanga meza, kupanga mambo mengi katika hali yetu ya kawaida kuhusiana na mambo ya kutumia sequence and series. Kwa hiyo unaweza kujua unataweka vitu vingapi na mambo kama hayo. Another example, let's say you can find that is you're being given. Another example on this one, let's say if you're being given, that is the example. Another example, the 18th terms of AP let's say is 42, and the 11th terms make it to be 57. Make it to be 57. Find, let's say, the first term and the common difference. B, the instance, the general formula, the instance, and C, the 100th, that is terms. The 100th, that is terms. The 100th, that is terms. On this one are some of the questions which may appear in your examinations. So, how to find the first terms, how to get the common difference, and then in the case of n terms and 100 terms, there's no problems. But the only problem is how to get the first terms. You know that you have been given A8. The nth terms is 42, and the 11th terms is 57. But from the formula for the nth terms, that is our nth terms is given by A1 plus n minus 1 times common difference, which is B. But when we talk about the 80 terms, it means that is the position of n will be taken by 8. So this one, the 80 terms is going to be A1 plus 8 minus 1 times common difference. But this one bigger, this is 42. This one is 1 plus 7D. Let's now make it to be the first equations. Make that one to be the first equations. Wewe mlinganyo wa kwanza. Lakini bado we have been given, meshapewa namba 11. A11 is given, use the same formula, will be given A1 plus 11 minus 1 times the common difference. But this is 57, will be equal to A1 plus 10D. Make this one to be the second what? Second equation. Uwe mlinganyo wa pili. Lakini wakati tuko form 2 tulijaribu kuangalia how to solve siquence equations. How to solve siquence equations na kwa kutumia njia yote. You have got now graphical methods, you have got now elimination methods, you have been given now that is substitution methods. So let us now solve this one, the two equations as simultaneous equations.